we are going to be taking apart a starter that is very, very weak. It has been sitting for a couple years, so I'm sure it's very dirty on the inside, and everything just needs to be cleaned up, I'm thinking, and we'll just put her back together after we get it cleaned up, and it should work just fine. It sure beats a new starter, especially on this type tractor. Very hard to find. So you start by taking everything apart. Just be careful not to lose anything. So we're first taking off what I call the head of the starter. Be sure not to lose any of these bolts. As you can tell, it's all gummed up, grease and whatnot. A little wiggle. There she is. Alright, so here's where all the gear reduction goes on. Make sure nothing's abnormally wore. Thing looks okay on this one. Just needs to be cleaned and re-greased for that part. Make sure you don't lose any of the gears. That would not be fun. This is what is known as a gear reduction starter. So what that means is you can have a small motor like this powering to turn over a larger engine or a higher compression engine. So that allows a company to have a bunch of the same size starters and then just add on this gear reduction piece and turn it over. So I'm not sure what type of grease this is. We'll have to research that and get the correct type of grease. It's probably a marine based, because I'm sure moisture and everything gets in here. But as you can see, this is very old. All the gears look to be okay. What you can look for is any gears that have a sharp point. That'd be wore out or broke teeth, but everything on here looks okay. And get the starter part off. Oh boy, that'll do it right there. That will do it. So it looks like something tried to make a nest in here. All kinds of gunk. So that is an issue here. So we're just going to get all this stuff out. So the solenoid is kicking out just fine, so we might not even open that up, but this is a lot of crap. Alright. Now, so we got going here. So it's kind of greasy mess right in there. See if I can just. Now we got to pop these brushes loose here. This tractor has 800 hours on it. It's from, thinking it's about 1979 or so. Back. Alright, should be able to pull this off here. Just very slowly. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. So got it off. Everything else out. Ooh, yeah. That is dirty. Okay. So we're going to clean all this up. Clean up in here. Just with some fine sandpaper. And then we'll blow everything out. Just put a hair of grease in here. And we might pull this bearing off and put a hair of grease in there. Alright. As you can see, we got it real clean. I'll give it one final wipe down before I put it back in. Then we also got the brush ends very clean. Just went over with some fine sandpaper, so we got good contact. Got a little bit of grease in there. We got some of the some Mobil 1 marine type grease, so if any moisture gets in there, it'll be alright. So we got everything cleaned out. We're just going to put it back in very gently. Alright. Now, we want to clean up these little tips here too. Okay. Now, we got to pull those little brush holders back, little springs. Put one brush in at a time. Make sure you put the same orientation they were in the first place. Boom. Alright. You see everything's in there. So now, put it back in the housing. Clean it up a little bit. Alrighty, so we got her back together. I'm going to put the screws in. First, our grease here. Sure this thing can fall over. We don't want too much, we just want a little bit. A couple little squirts. Some in that bearing down in there. Some on the teeth. And we get our housing, or our head rather. That back on just like that. Okay. Now, these are where the Phillips went right in here, just like that. These two went right in here, just like that. I'll clean this one off a little bit. It's pretty important. I'll flip it over on this side, just like that. Space up this. I want to put this across both of them like so, without touching the other parts of the starter, like that. Now, just put on the housing.